Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and I'm here with another video today, and I know I promised you that it would be the lookbook of the things that I've made for my spring capsule wardrobe, one of which being the shirt I'm currently wearing. And while I've finished everything with the exception of the heather blazer, which actually I might actually finish before I actually show you guys, so you may actually get to see that with, I'm starting that today. But anyway, I promised that you guys would see that today. But something exciting has happened and I wanted to do a video on that today, and then I will promise that the lookbook for everything that I've made for my spring capsule, all the new stuff you haven't seen yet, will all be on Friday. So I apologize it's getting pushed again, but Love Notions started their semi-annual sale. So they do a big sale twice a year, usually in October. I think that's when Tammy, who owns Love Notions, I think that's when her birthday is. And then also they do one in May. So anyway, that started yesterday. You're watching this on Tuesday, started yesterday, and this time they're doing 40% off their entire site, which is huge. I feel like in the past it's always been 30% off site-wide, but this is 40% off. I'm not entirely sure how long the sale is lasting, but their patterns are really, really great. They have a wonderful inclusive size range, and they do cups, so they do full bust pieces for almost all of their patterns. So you know, if you have a larger bust, you can use their full bust pieces, which really, really helps with fitting. I really like them. They're one of my favorite pattern companies, but to be upfront, I do have an affiliate link with them, which means I do earn, it's nothing on you guys, but I do earn a small commission on anything that is sold using the links that I have down below. So all of the pattern links that are below in the description box are affiliates. Now, I've done this in the past before where I've matched Love Notions patterns with some ready-to-wear looks, but today I'm not only going to do that, but I'm also going to offer you some fabric options. Not all the fabrics that I'm putting on here. I was really just looking at some of my favorite fabric stores for fabrics that worked to recreate the look, but anything that's Minerva, and I have marked it down below, isn't actually an affiliate. I do have affiliate links with Minerva, same thing, doesn't cost you guys anything extra, but I do earn a small commission if something's purchased from that link. Just want to be upfront about that. Also today, I'm wearing new lipstick. I got on and ordered, this is completely off topic, but I got on and ordered some new lipstick from MAC because I lost my tube of So Showed, which was kind of the bright, it was really more orange than it was red, but it was a real warm red. I lost it back last summer. Tried to replace it with some NYX stuff that I got at the at Meijer. But anyway, they've got a feature on their website where you can try it on. It will pop up the camera that you have on your device, and you can try on the different shades on you. So this is a new one. They don't have the So Showed anymore. This is Lady Danger, and it's red, but definitely has like a tomatoey red. So what do you guys think? I totally bought this without physically trying it on myself. I just did their little try it on thing, and I think I really like it. This is their matte lipstick. I really like MAC lipstick. This is their matte formula. I also bought one that is luster. It's kind of a little more sheer for summer. I'm not sold on that color though. I don't know. I was kind of on the fence when I bought it a little bit. I'll show you guys another time. And I bought a lip gloss that hasn't been released yet. So anyway, very exciting things in my makeup drawer right now. As always, everything's linked down below. Okay, so for today's video, I wanted to pair Love Notions with some of my favorite ready-to-wear stores. However, when I started going through, and I haven't really shopped ready-to-wear, and by say shop, I like to go onto these sites and pull things that I think look interesting, things that I would possibly purchase, and then I just like to recreate them. It's just the way I like to roll. So anyway, I got onto Boden's site first, just randomly, and it was, you know, I just like, okay, let's see what Boden's got right now. And fell in love with so many of the looks that this is all Boden. I didn't even make it to any other websites. So, and I know that I've done Love Notions with Boden before, but again, today I'm gonna be pairing, this is their new stuff. This is all on their new arrivals page. And I've also paired everything with fabric from 3 main fabric stores, Style Maker, Minerva, and the Fabric Store down in New Zealand. Those are kind of ones I go to a lot when I'm looking for specific things. So, everything will be linked down below if you're interested and want to go have a look-see. All right, let's dig in before this video gets really long. Okay, for the first look, I love this. It's a nice casual pant and a tank, easy for the summer. It still looks really put together. This is a little bit of a paper bag waist, which personally doesn't work as great on me because I have a short torso. So I prefer something that just sits right at my natural waist. But for this one, we'll talk about the pants first, and then we'll go on to the top But for the pants for this one, I picked the Allegro bottoms. Now these are a woven, I think you can make it both in woven and probably a knit too, more stable knit, but this is like a woven jogger pant. It hits at your natural waist, and obviously it's got the elastic at the top. Now you can make these with cuffs, you can make them without cuffs, so they're more of a tailored pant, which this gal, sorry, I've got everything on my laptop here, so I can kind of see what you're seeing. And I don't, oh no, these do have a cuff. These pants do. These have a cuff. So yes, you could definitely do the cuff. There we go. I should just go through it this way. But you could do it either way. You could do it with or without the cuff. I love these because they do have the pockets just like the gal has on it. Now for fabric, I picked this Tencel Twill from StyleMaker Fabrics in this olive color. I think it matches this pants perfectly. And I've actually, my woven joggers that I have that are actually an itch-to-stitch pattern, but, and they're a lower rise, but I have mine out of this same fabric and they wear so well. They wash well, they wear really comfortably, they're just getting better with age. This fabric is perfect for a good pair of woven joggers, and I think it would be great for the Allegros. Now, if you really want kind of a little bit more of that paper bag waist, you could put elastic lower and almost do like a casing around the top of the pant before you put the elastic in. Just choose narrower elastic and it'll give you a little ruffle at the top kind of, which will give you that paper bag look. You could also go ahead and make a tie for your waist if you didn't want to use the drawstring that are included with the pattern. You could put a couple belt carriers on there and just make yourself a waist tie and you would have pretty much spot on to these pants. Now, for the top, I have picked the Cadence dress. I own this pattern and I've been meaning to make this up forever, just haven't had a chance to. I think this summer is gonna be the summer. Now it has a dress version and in a couple different lengths, and it also has a shirt version. The dress version, you can make it with or without an elastic, I think it's an elastic casing. Yes, with or without the optional waist casing. I don't know if it's elastic or just a tie. So you could do it with or without. Obviously for the top, you would do it without. But one of the versions is sleeveless. So there is a sleeveless version that you can do. That's what I love about Love Notion's patterns. She gives you so many variations. You get a really good bang for your buck in a pattern, in just one pattern. So you add on this 40% off sale and oh my gosh, you guys could, yeah, you could get like a whole wardrobe. Very easily. But yeah, I would make this pattern in the sleeveless version and you would basically have this woven tank that this gal's wearing. For this one, I picked this Viscose crepe from the fabric store. Viscose crepe is not, or Rayon crepe is not all created equal. It can grow on you really easy and be very, very shifty. Now I have actually purchased some Rayon crepe or Viscose crepe from the fabric store before in a chocolate brown. I haven't used it yet, but I've washed it and it's holding its shape really well. I could just tell when I was folding it and stuff. It's a little beefier. I also noticed in this picture, even though this is an ivory, this is like an off-white color, you can't see through it. You can't see the board through it, which is why they put these samples on top of like a wood board. Just gives you a sense of how transparent or opaque the fabric is. And for being a light color, I think this is fabulous. So I would definitely do that Cadence dress or the Cadence top in this fabric. I think it would be a fantastic kind of a camisole tank that you could layer really easily. I mean, I think that this would be, I mean, I really might make this, so. Actually, all of these, I really might make. Obviously, I'm picking styles that I'm really drawn to. I'm drawn to more of a classic aesthetic. My words, classic, chic, and current, and I think that this outfit definitely fits into those. Loved it. And it'd be fun to play up, like with accessories. You could use a bright shoe, bright lip, have fun with your jewelry. It'd be a great basis for a lot of accessories and that sort of thing. All right, next up is this gal. This is technically a linen jumpsuit. However, I would make it in a knit and I think that you would wear it all summer long. Now it is white. Anytime, like white pants, that kind of thing, just invest in some good stain stick, good, you know, OxyClean, whatever, something you make at home. Tickle in my throat, excuse me. Oh my gosh, I sounded just like my grandma when I just coughed just then. She also loved a good bold lip. I feel like I'm channeling her right now. Like the hair or something back there. So, you know, take this for what you will, but I think a white jumpsuit. I love white pants in the summer. My white linen Persephones, I am over the moon about. I just think white in the summer and spring is so chic. And I am a horrible mess. I mean, that's what I'm wearing right now. I am a horrible mess when it comes to white clothing. Like if your makeup's gonna get on it, things are gonna get on it. I have just learned how to stain treat pretty much everything. The Blue Dawn soap is genius for anything that is oil-based. So makeup, you know, kitchen grease, cooking stains, a little bit of that Blue Dawn soap, you just scrub it in there a little bit, it washes out almost every single time. So that's another trick if you're nervous to wear white like me. But for this one, and again, this Boden jumpsuit is in a linen, but I would make it in a knit because I think it would be so comfortable, easy to get it on and off, and I would use the Sunday romper. I have made this pattern, actually, when they just had a sale on this pattern, it was one of their Friday $5 patterns, and it was me that was on there because I was a tester for this one, and I have the red romper, so it's the shorts and the short sleeve. I've never made the sleeveless version or the dress versions, but they'd be very cute. It's such an easy pattern. So it's got a V in the front and in the back, but it's not so big that it falls off your shoulder. Like it stays on really well, but that makes it really easy to pull it off, go to the bathroom, pull it back on. So I would do this jumpsuit, the long length or the cropped length. So I would do the jumpsuit with the, it's a short sleeve, but it's a grown on dolman sleeve with the wide leg cropped pant. And this jumpsuit does have an elastic waist, but if you wanted to, very easy to make yourself a waist tie and it would be spot on for this pattern. They've got beautiful pockets in the front. It's just so comfortable to wear. And I would suggest, I made mine out of a cotton modal, however you say that word, out of a cotton modal that is in my stash, a red one. Actually have some left over a little bit. And it works beautifully. It has a little bit of drape, but a cotton jersey, I think, would make a nice beefy cotton jersey would be even better because that would help. I mean, you would still need to wear nude to you colored underwear, but you would have less of a chance of things being see-through because a cotton jersey just has a little bit more body, and I think it would be beautiful for this. And it would give, you know, the linen obviously has body to it, so it would give you a little bit more of that shape while still being a cotton knit. And I've picked this gorgeous, I think this was called Vanilla. This is the cotton jersey from Style Maker Fabrics. I have used this a couple of times. It's pricey. I think it's $18.99 a yard. It is so good. It washes. I've used it actually for my son's pajamas. I've made him a pajama shirt to go with his flannel pants out of that fabric, and so obviously it gets washed a ton and worn hard. And it's a dark color, it's navy. It has held its color fantastic. It is just washed really well. It hasn't pilled. It is really good cotton jersey. In fact, I loved it so much that when I placed this last order for a few things for my current wardrobe, I actually bought some navy for myself in this fabric and also a lighter blue. I don't know, my son may get one or both of those, we'll see. He's asking for new PJs, but it is so good to work with and wear. So I think in this vanilla color, I mean, they have white as well, it just for my coloring is better for vanilla, so sorry. This comes in like 100 different, not 100, but it comes in a lot of different colors as well. So good, and it would be such a good Sunday romper, and you could dress it up, down, wear it with heels. It would be the epitome of secret pajamas. All right, up next is this gal. Now I've just picked a pattern for her top because I thought this was so interesting, and it looks like a sweater layered over a top, but it's all one. I think this color number one is just really, really fun and beautiful, but I loved the eyelet or the embroidery or broderie anglaise that is behind it. And I love the scalloped hem, just really, really cool. And Love Notions has a pattern that is very similar to this. I have picked for this one the tab at the top, and this was also a Friday pattern not that long ago. And I love this because it has a boat neckline. It's got one that's a little bit more scooped and one that's a little bit more straight across, but it has a couple of different hem options that's meant for a woven. And I think that if you used a broderie anglaise, which you would not need very much at all, you could pull off this same look. And I think because the neckline is nice and wide, you could put what the gal has at the top. I'm not really sure how this goes on and off, the Boden sweater, shirt, whatever you want to call it, how it gets on and off. But I think that you could very easily put a little ruffle around the top and still get it on, because obviously you're going to lose the stretch in the neckband. But I think that that would be fine with the white. I think you'd be able to get it on and off over your head really, really easily. And the same with the cuffs if you wanted to add the cuffs. Now this shirt only comes with 3/4 length, which would actually be kind of cool, because then it looks like you're kind of pushed up a little bit. But I think definitely you could use one of the hem bands that's on this shirt, and then you could just add to get that look. And for the fabric, I have again picked I can't remember if this is the cotton jersey or the cotton modal from StyleMaker. I can't remember which one it is. Both of them are excellent. I've used both of them. But I loved this one because it's in this bright yellow. Now the gal in the Boden, it's a little bit more citron. I feel like there's a little bit more green in there, but I think you could get the same color. Talk about a bright summery color. It's a cotton, again, I can't remember if it's just cotton spandex or if it's cotton modal spandex blend, but either way, you're gonna get kind of that sweatery shirt look. And then for the broderie anglaise, I picked this one from Minerva because it's this nice big flowers, and I was looking, and one of the nice things about the Minerva site is when you pick on a fabric, you can see whatever people have done. And there was a gal that had used this, and you can cut away at the hem along that embroidered line, which is what you're meant to do, and then it leaves you that scalloped, really cool edge. So I know that this one works really well, and it's fun, it's flowers, it's a cotton, and white and yellow, like that is such a happy spring summery color combo. So I think that you could really come close to that Boden shirt with that pattern. Which is really funny because I don't know, when I saw that pattern, I'm like, well, I don't know if that, if that's one that's like necessarily one of my favorites or my top 10 or whatever. But then I was going through and found this one from Boden. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like a perfect, like I would totally make that. Like, it's just funny. And that's what I love about being able to go through and get inspiration from ready to wear. All right, next up is this outfit. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. This is so like summer, chic, love the stripe. It's gonna be harder to find, obviously, with the whole white at the top and then the stripe at the bottom. Unless you could do a yoke and do two different fabrics that coordinate. But I love like the little off the shoulder. Now I have to be careful with this style because this can make me look bigger, but if you are smaller on top, I think that this top would be amazing on you. And it's got a little bit of a frill along the edge. You could use the same fabric if you wanted, which would literally just be a band. Just creating a rectangle that's twice or three times the length of the armhole, and then gather it to the edge, and that finishes off your hem. So a very easy tweak to make to this pattern that I've picked for this. And then obviously this button front denim skirt, I mean, you can't get more classic than that. It's just, yeah, in this white. So for the skirt, I've picked the glissando. I was a tester for this. I've made the pants. I've not yet made the skirt, but this is making me want to make the skirt. It's just your standard denim skirt, goes above the knee, nice button down placket, perfect. Your typical jean style skirt. Now there aren't belt carriers that come with this pattern, but that's literally just a strip of fabric. I mean, making belt carriers is very easy, and you sew those on last anyway. They get top stitched on. I mean, that's how I do mine. So a very easy addition to make if you want. I have picked for the fabric this white, I think it's a Robert Kaufman. I think maybe even it's called Cream or Ivory or something like that. It's a Robert Kaufman denim from Minerva, just your standard white denim. It's a non-stretch, which you want, especially with the buttons on the front. I think that when you have a fabric with stretch, when you put that buttons, it can have a tendency to pull. I mean, unless you have a flat stomach. I don't. So things will pull. I like the button flies, but things will pull, and it just, it doesn't look great. Whereas if it's a non-stretch denim, the buttons will hold everything in place and it looks fine. So that's why I went with the non-stretch denim. And then for the shirt, I went with La Belladonna. I have made this when they re-released it in the new size range, their larger size range. I was one that sewed this one up. And it's a dolman style t-shirt, very easy to make, very easy to sew up. It sews up very, very quickly. It comes with a full bust option, which is brilliant. And that short sleeve length looks just like this inspiration picture in my opinion. And I chose a fabric for this one that I've actually sewn with before. It's this beautiful, you'll see it on Friday, navy and white, but it's really more of it's not a true white, it's more of a vanilla, little off-white kind of color. Cotton jersey, the stripes are knitted in, so everything stays on grain really well, nothing's printed on. It makes it very easy to sew, and it's a medium weight jersey, so it's got some heft to it. Now this will be a little different than the inspiration picture because there's no white at the top. It would just be striped all the way down, but still equally chic, I think. and this fabric is really good. I'll talk more about the things that I made with it on Friday, but I've made a dress out of it and a top. Love it in both. It's just a nice beefy cotton jersey. Again, I really like cotton jersey for t-shirts. And I like the cotton Modal as well. I've made a couple of tops with that if I want a little bit of drape. I'm not as crazy about Rayon jerseys or Viscose jerseys unless it's something that needs a lot of drape, like a wrap dress or something where you want, you know, like a cowl where you want some beautiful draping. Then I will choose something like a Viscose crepe or a Rayon crepe. Anyway, I think that you could very easily recreate that outfit. So cute. All right, next up is this gal. So chic. I love the pants. I mean, yeah, I love the top tucked in, just looks perfect for summer. Everything that this gal is wearing on Boden was linen, so I went with all linen fabrics for this one as well. Now, for the pants, I went with the glissando pants this time. Again, she has so many variations in all of her patterns. It's just beautiful. Also, with the glissandos, a pant fitting guide comes with that, and the same with the Sabrina Slims, actually, which is fantastic to help you figure out your sizing. Her patterns for the hip measurement she drafts for a curvier figure, so smaller waist and larger hips, like a bigger waist to hip ratio, even in the small sizes. I am very straight, so I usually have to grade quite a bit for my hip measurement up to my waist measurement, which is fine. It's an easy thing to do. But she shows you like how to do all of that in the pant fitting guide and all that kind of stuff. They're just brilliant instructions. So I have picked that pattern for the bottoms. You can do the button fly if you want. You could also do a zipper fly. That's a pretty easy exchange to make. It's the same parts. You just sew it a little differently. And for the fabric on that, I have gone with the, actually this navy linen canvas from the fabric store. Now, their heavyweight linen would probably work as well, but the navy linen canvas I think would be even beefier, even better for pants. I love their heavyweight linen. It makes great pants. In fact, I made my Persephones out of those, so you could use that as well. But they do now have this linen canvas, and I think it would be really good for this pair of pants. It would hold the wide leg really well, that cropped wide leg, and just be beautiful. Now for the top that this gal is wearing, I've gone with the Melody Dolman. I've made this once before, and I had shifty fabric. It was linen, but it was a pretty loose weave linen, and it did not go well. I think it was the fabric, and I think I was rushing things along as well. So, you know, user error, I think, on that part. And I think I didn't make the full bust, and I should have made the full bust. And now I can't remember why I didn't make the full bust. Anyway, my daughter ended up getting that shirt, but I really want to make another one because I do think it's really pretty. And even though it's an off the shoulder, a dolman style sleeve, it is an angled one. So that helps create, you know, an angled line. I don't look as full across the bust. It doesn't make my arm look as full. It's a pretty off the shoulder dolman, not off the shoulder, but a pretty grown on sleeve. I have to be careful with those. Otherwise I can look wider on the top. I mean, technically, my shoulders and hips are balanced, but because of my bust, I can easily look top heavy. And if you look at me from the back, I have a wide back, and I definitely look inverted triangle from the back. So I just have to be careful with things, with my sleeves and that kind of stuff without looking like a linebacker. But this one is good, and again, I've made it before, and I'm eager to try it again. But I would make it in this gorgeous navy, or I think it says navy. It's a blue and white stripe linen shirting. And I think this one came from Style Microfabrics. It'll be linked down below. Beautiful. It would make the perfect Melody Dolman to just mirror what this gal is wearing 100%. You could wear it with white, you could wear it with navy, you could wear it with a colored bottom. I mean, denim, you would get so much wear out of this for the summer. It'd be so cool, and yet still classic looking. That one really might be made up as well. Okay, next look, a nice little knit dress. I love a good knit dress. You're instantly put together. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts. You know, you just put it on, one and done. It's easy to wear with sneakers, a bright loafer, a sandal, whatever. I love a good knit dress. And I love the polka dots on this. I think this looks very classic and chic as well. For this pattern, I've gone with the Tessa sheath dress. This is a little bit of a straighter skirt, and the Boden one is a little bit fuller. However, the Tessa does go with the Sybil Illusion skirt. You can mix the skirts from the Sybil Illusion skirt, which I think there's like 8 different versions on that skirt pattern, but you can mix and match the top with that skirt bottom if you want something a little bit fuller. I'm sure there's a sybil that would work. But even though the line drawing make this Tessa look a little bit straighter, it's still pretty roomy. I know quite a few vloggers have made this. Kim from Dorothy's Daughter Sews, she makes this dress quite often and it looks fantastic. So I don't think it's not a bodycon dress is what I'm trying to say. It's a straighter skirt, but it's not bodycon. So I would do this one, and I would do it with more of the boat neck. And even though it's a boat neck, it has a little bit of a curve, which, you know, I really enjoy. It's not like straight across. I think that's a little bit more flattering on me. And while I think the Boden dress looks more like a little grown-on sleeve, there is a short sleeve version of this that I think I would choose. I think the Boden dress also has pockets in the front. This one doesn't have pockets, but I honestly don't really like pockets in my knit dresses. I just feel like they pull things down. I mean, teach their own. But for this one, I have picked this perfect, I feel like it's a perfect match. It doesn't look, the dot I feel like is a bigger scale, because again, on Minerva's site, you can go and see that people have made it up. It seems to be bigger scale made up when it's actually on a person's body, which I think would be much closer to the Boden inspiration. But this is a Ponte knit. It is navy background with white dots, and I think it came with a black background with white. I think there were 3 different colorways on this. But a Ponte would be perfect for this dress, and I think you would get a very, very close dupe by pairing those together for that Boden dress. And oh my gosh, you could wear it in 100 different ways. Love a good navy and white combo. All right, next up was this gal. I thought this looked like a very springy, summery dress. Now this is an instance where I would use a viscose or a rayon jersey because you do want a lot of drape. And to be honest, viscose is really cool to the skin. It's great to wear in hotter, warmer weather because it breathes really easily. And it's thinner, so it wears really well. I love this. It's a little bit fuller skirt. Again, dress, easy breezy to wear. You're one and done. For this one, I have chosen the Forte dress and top. Now, the dress that the gal has on from Boden has more of a straight across waist seam there, but it still has the fuller skirt. I kind of like the elevated skirt, and the Forte you can do a gathered skirt into the bodice of the dress, or you can do it just flat and it just has flare. So depending on where you carry weight, and maybe you don't want gathers, maybe you just want the straight, it can be very, very flattering. I have this pattern, I have not yet made it up, I really need to. So either of the dress versions of this pattern you could easily make, and I would do the longer sleeve version, which are more of a bell sleeve, but I think to be more like the gal in the picture, you could put elastic at the bottom of that and get a really cool sleeve. So it'd be fitted, and then you've got the bell sleeve, but then it would come back. You could also put that into a cuff, a knit cuff. Just make a little knit cuff. That would also be really cool. So I think you've got some options here for some really cool sleeve lengths. And I'm talking about the sleeves of B and D, where you could add a cuff or just a little bit of elastic to give yourself that, that feel. And for the fabric, I have gone with this, also from Minerva, this beautiful viscose, not crepe, viscose jersey. I think the colors on this are probably a little bit more grayed than what the actual dress is. It seems to be a little bit more green, but I think this sage and off-white combo is beautiful and would be very easy to wear in the summer. Yeah, it's a really good color combination as well. And I think you could get a really close dupe for that one. All right, next up you have this gal. Blazer, shell of some sort underneath, t-shirt, whatever. She has it worn with jeans, which I didn't put anything on. I mean, you could do the glissandos again in denim, very easy, or just wear your favorite pair of jeans. I've really focused on the top here because that's kind of what sings, and I love the color combination. I love the dusty red blazer with kind of the peachy orange underneath tank, or I'm assuming tank. I don't know. It could be a shirt, t-shirt, who knows? I've gone with tank because as the weather warms up, you're gonna wanna wear a tank. But I just love that. I think it's kind of unexpected. I love the jewelry she has on with it, like a layered jewelry, straw bag, you're good to go. She's holding, it looks like a bag of oranges, but whatever. All right, the blazer is the new Metro blazer. I've not made this one yet, but it is a knit blazer. So the one that the gal is wearing from Boden is not knit, but a knit blazer makes, especially as we're coming into this like season of casualness. We're kind of coming out of this season of casualness. It's a great way to ease your way out of it. So a blazer clearly is very work appropriate, or just a little bit more elevated, or even in the summer, in the heat of summer, just having a jacket to be able to wear into air-conditioned spaces. Again, I've mentioned that before. I mean, it gets hot here where I am, and humid. Not as bad as it does get humid here. But I still like to have a third layer piece for, you know, if I'm gonna be at the grocery store. I mean, anywhere where there's a lot of air conditioning, because it can get really cold. So I've gone with the Metro blazer, and I think I like the shawl. I mean, I like both of them, but I think for this dupe, I would go with the shawl collar version. It has a little inseam pocket into the princess seam. And yeah, there's a full bust option, which obviously I would choose. So it's a great first blazer, I think. And for the fabric, I've gone with this. I think this is Mind the Maker, I think. It'll be down below. But it is this biased cotton interlock. So cotton interlock is almost, I would equate it almost like a cotton ponte, kind of. It has, I think, 30% stretch, and the pattern calls for at least 25% stretch. But this beautiful bias weave is just really cool. And I think that it would give it, it's kind of got that dusty, this one's called Russet, I think, but it kind of gives it that dusty red color. So a little more muted, but I think this would be really cool in this Metro blazer. It's a really interesting fabric. And then for the underneath, I've picked the Summer Basics tank. You guys know it is my favorite tank pattern. I will take scraps of jersey, and if I've got enough, I will immediately cut out Summer Basics tank. I wear them underneath everything. I'll wear them alone, even like in the real heat of summer, but I love them. Again, they also come with the full bust option. I mean, you just can't go wrong. And for the color under this, I've gone with this peach cotton modal from Stylemaker Fabrics. I think that that dusty red and this peach color would look really cool together. So it's that orange and red, but they're dusty enough that it's kind of muted, but still a good color, color blocking moment, I think. Especially if you've never done that, but kind of want to delve into that. You know, it's a lot less scary than wearing, you know, fire engine red and bright orange or something like that. It's a little easier way to kind of experiment with that. And again, I've sewn with this fabric before, and it is wonderful. I've made 2 tops out of this fabric now for my spring capsule you'll be seeing on Friday. And it's wonderful to wear, wonderful to sew with, and it washes beautifully. All right, next up, you've got this gal in this beautiful little dress. Now this one is just a V-neck, and I don't think it's got buttons down the front, but I've gone with the button down the front option because I think that that's also beautiful as well. So, and I think this is also a viscose crepe fabric, which is what I've picked for you as well. So I've gone with the lyric dress on this one. This one obviously has the button placket that goes down the front, and I don't think, oh yeah, they do have a midi length. So this comes in a peplum, a knee length, and a midi length. Obviously you'd want to make the midi length on this one. The line drawings give it more of an A-line skirt, but the drapier the fabric, like a viscose crepe, the less A-line you're gonna see, and I think you get a really good dupe for this one. Now this pattern does come with a flutter sleeve that I think would be really fun and interesting to do with this fabric, or it also has kind of a like a 3/4 length balloon sleeve, bishop sleeve that kind of comes in. I think that you could easily take that sleeve and just shorten it to like mid-arm, and you would have that puff sleeve of the inspiration dress very easily. This dress also comes with the full bust, I'm pretty sure, doesn't it? I'd be surprised if it didn't. It doesn't say that on here, but I think all of her patterns come with the full bust option now, so I really want to make this one. I have seen, Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles has made that dress, and it's so flattering on a larger bust, so she must have the full bust option, or at least cup sizes or something. But for the fabric, I've gone with this one from no, this is from Stylemaker Fabrics. It is a black background. I think the one in the Boden one is actually a navy blue background, but this is very similar. Black background with the bright summery colors, which gives you, I mean, actually you could really easily take that dress from summer into fall because of the dark background, but it's still florals and still bright colors. I think it'd be a really similar dupe for that dress as well. Okay, moving right along. Is this my last one? This maybe, is this number 10? I think it is. It is. Okay, so last but definitely not least is this outfit. I loved this tunic top so much. And I love the stripes. Now it's a very deep V. I would not do something with quite that deep a V, but it also has the longer sleeves and it looks like it's elasticated at the bottom of the sleeve on this gal. This is also more of a tunic length, which you could definitely lengthen this pattern for, and she's got on with some denim shorts. For the top, I've gone with my beloved Rhapsody blouse. You know I couldn't do one of these videos without the Rhapsody. You know how much I love the Rhapsody. It has the V-neck, but obviously it's a little higher up. Now, it does a bias finish for the V-neck on there. This gal, it's a very large placket. You could definitely play around with that placket and make it a little wider on the Rhapsody if you wanted, or just sew it as is, and it'd be a pretty close second. I would make it with the sleeves that hit like 3/4 with the elastic in it. It would be a perfect dupe for this. And you could make it, you know, longer if you wanted. I don't wear tops that long just because I feel like even if it fits me proportionally, just because I'm shorter, I prefer my tops to hit a little bit higher up, like at my leg crease if they're gonna be a little longer. So I would leave the Rhapsody as is, but I would use, and I have this fabric. This is from the fabric store. It is a white background with these beautiful rainbow stripes. I say rainbow, it's yellow, light blue, navy blue, red, and pink. I was buying some fabric for my sister actually for the Monty dress sew along and saw this and thought, oh my gosh, that would be beautiful for a Monty, but I couldn't tell like if the white would be good for a dress or not. Anyway, it's here now and I'm keeping it. And it's not see-through, but I think maybe I would be a little uncomfortable in a dress with it. I think it would be perfect though for a top. And I think as a Rhapsody would be brilliant. And that's what's gonna happen with this fabric. I was kind of like, what do I wanna do with this fabric? It's just so pretty and I just had to have it. It's gonna be a Rhapsody and I'm going to be recreating that shirt that gal's got on. Now she has it on with longer jean shorts, but I have gone with the Allegro again. So the Allegro come with also a short pattern, elastic waist, so comfortable, but I think you could make those in a denim and it feel like a denim jean short without being uncomfortable. So, and you could make them obviously as long or short as you want, make it a little bit longer. I think it would be so cute underneath the Rhapsody though. And I have chosen this 4-ounce wash denim. This is the same fabric that I used for my Burnside bibs. Again, you'll see them on Friday. I used the lighter wash, but this is kind of, I think they're mid or darker wash. Would be just perfect as a pair of shorts. And it's light enough that you won't get so much gathering there at that elastic waistband, I think, to make it look like super bulky. Obviously you have to be careful with denim, it could get bulky really, really easily, but this is a great weight. I've sewn with it, love it. It's worked fantastic for a pair of Burnside bibs. Can't wait to show you guys. Highly recommend that. So that's what I would put for the shorts of that one. Whew, there you go. 10 Boden outfits that you can easily recreate with Love Notions patterns. 40% off right now. Don't wait. Go fill your carts. It's just a ridiculous deal. It's so good. Definitely, yes, I'll be heading over there as well. Fulfilling my wish list as well. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. This video turned out rather long, but I just wanted to do some inspiration so you guys can take advantage of that sale, because again, it only comes around twice a year, and I think this is the first time she's done 40%. I believe, at least since I've had the channel, when I've done these, it's been just 30%. So I'm pretty sure. So definitely take advantage of that. All right, that's all I have for today. I promise I'll be back Friday with all the things that I've made for my spring capsule. You can take sneak peeks of everything though over on Instagram because I am posting Me Made May photos. I'll do a big roundup at the beginning of June once May is over of everything that I've worn for the month of May. I'm only wearing my spring capsule. So it's a fun little experiment, and I think, I don't think I'm gonna feel deprived at all. I mean, I'm filming this on Sunday, so I'm only 2 days into it, but I've been wearing these clothes pretty, you know, strictly just these things since mid-March, so I've been very impressed with this capsule so far. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I hope you get some sewing in, and I will see you guys again on Friday. Bye.